All right, so welcome back. My name is Katherine Cox, and I'm a horticulture therapy student at Portland Community College. This HT session is for my class with GRN 269 for week 9. I have my volunteer patient actress who's going to be going by Abby. She is an 82-year-old woman living in an assisted living facility, and she's very active. She goes to music class, she goes to art class, she's very active in the community. However, she's really interested in making flower arrangements for our front desk, and she's interested in learning about different culinary herbs that she could grow in a container on her patio. So for our session today, we're just going to be doing a little bit of plant ID and doing some sensory and then work, and then we'll be doing the flower arrangement, and I'll be adapting to her as she needs. She might need some special accommodations if she's having struggles with anything. And then we'll close our activity by discussing a rose and thorn, what she liked and what was challenging. Just to kind of give a brief overview. Again, she's an actress, she's not a real patient. This is obviously not an assisted living facility, and there might be times when I'm making an adaptation or I'm pretending to give her a prop and I don't actually have the tool, and we'll just be simulating. And I'm not a registered horticulture therapist. I'm just a student, and this is just an assignment for class. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Abby.
Thanks for coming over.
Yeah, I'm really glad to be working with you today. I thought we would start out by doing a little sensory activity, and we're just going to talk about the different plant material today. If you want to start, you can pick up your lavender. It has little purple buds on it, and I'm going to let you just take some time to smell that. And it's okay if you want to touch it. And I want you to tell me if any feelings come up for you when you're smelling this, or what kinds of memories come to your mind.
It's very pleasurable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonderful smell. It reminds me of sachets that my mom used to make for our wardrobes and our closets, and she said it kept moths away.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely heard that. I like to put a little lavender satchel in my suitcase whenever I travel to help with that very same reason. So, yeah.
It smells wonderful.
It does. The next plant you can pick up is this rosemary. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take your hand and I want you to run through it 3 times and then smell your hand. When you smell that, what kinds of memories or thoughts come to your mind? What kinds of feelings?
Well, I must be reminiscent today because I am reminded of my mom's kitchen and her making tomato sauce and making gravy. Just her wonderful cooking.
Yeah, I love rosemary. Sometimes when I'm studying and when I want to remember something, I'll stop and I'll actually smell rosemary because they say it's supposed to help with memory retention. And also if I'm feeling sad, I'll smell rosemary, and it's supposed to help lift your mood. It's supposed to make you help if you have depression. So, yeah.
Well, I don't know about that memory thing, but it's certainly heightening my mood at the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and you were saying you were interested in learning about culinary herbs, and this is something that you can grow on your patio. It does really well in full sun, and you can use it in your cooking, and it's pretty easy to grow. So
it'll grow here in Portland?
Yes,
okay.
It will. Yes. So that's one. And then you can pick up this one. It has little white berries on it.
Here it is.
This is a snowberry.
because it's white?
Yep, because we got the white berries here. And one thing that's important to know is that we actually cannot eat these berries. They're not edible for people, but birds love to eat them.
Okay.
Yeah, if we were to eat these, we would get a bit of a tummy ache. So we don't want to do that. But they're very sweet, and they're surprisingly hardy. Snowberries can even last through the winter time. They look really fragile, but you would be surprised at the weather and the temperature they can withstand. So, yeah. We have snowberry.
Snowberry.
And then I believe you were actually telling me about this white flower earlier. It was Rose of Sharon, correct?
Yes, I'm familiar with this plant.
Yes. I appreciate that you were sharing your knowledge with me. That really helps me. What do you know about the Rose of Sharon?
Well, I know that it reminds me of hibiscus.
Yep.
But I know hibiscus doesn't grow well in this climate. I think it's too wet or too cold. So it's nice to have something that looks this tropical in our climate. I know it grows on a shrub.
It does. That's true. Yes.
I'm not sure about other details about this plant, but I know I like it.
Yeah, I am new to learning about this plant, but that's what I love about nature is that there's always more to learn. And I remember the reason why I picked it is because it looks like the hibiscus. I love that little stamen in the middle. It looks very similar to that, and it reminds me of the ones I saw in Cuba.
Oh,
So,
wonderful.
Yeah. So that's really fun. And then this is actually one of my favorites. This is the oak leaf hydrangea. And I love this papery feeling on the flowers. They start out white, and then by the fall they eventually turn this nice rich brown amber color. And I just think it's a delightful plant.
And the leaves are similar to that of an oak tree.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I see.
yeah. I just love the feel, the papery petals. I don't know if it has a smell. But yeah, so that's the oak leaf hydrangea. And then I believe you were also telling me about this small one. You said it was called sweet pea?
These are sweet pea.
Yeah, what do you know about sweet peas?
I know that they are part of the legume plant family, so I think these are known for their flowers, but something in their family is what we get our peas from, all sorts of different peas and other legumes. I know that my friend used to grow them and make bouquets out of them.
Yeah, well, you're going to get to add these to your flower arrangement today, so that will be really fun. And then I love this one. I believe this is the brown-eyed Susan. And I believe this is a member of the sunflower family.
It looks like sunflower.
Yeah, it looks like a little miniature sunflower. Yeah, I love the brown-eyed Susan. Just the bright golden yellow just really pops and really adds a lot to a garden.
It's almost orange. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's beautiful.
it is. It's really pretty. And then we're almost done. This is the petunia, I believe. I was noticing it was quite sticky actually when I was picking it. It has kind of a sticky feeling.
It does.
Yeah. I don't know if that's typical of this plant, but it was kind of caught me off guard.
They're so colorful.
Yeah, they are. They, again, like the brown-eyed Susan, the color just really makes it pop. So they're really pretty. They caught my eye. And then this last one here is a sword fern. The sword fern is actually native to the Pacific Northwest. And one thing that's fun to know, we don't have any on these ones, but sometimes they'll get these little curly ends called fiddleheads. And you can put them in your stir fries, and they're really delicious.
You can eat a fern?
Yeah, just the when it has the little curly cues at the end, the fiddleheads. I don't know that you can actually eat them like this. I don't know that that would taste very good. But next time I see one with a fiddlehead, I will grab it for you.
Thank you.
And I thought it would still at least look really nice in your flower arrangement.
Lovely.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was our sensory and our plant ID activity. I'm going to start by having you choose whatever flowers you want, and you're going to get to put them in this vase here. And you can, however you want to do the arrangement is okay. There's no wrong answer. It's just whatever you want. I'm going to let you have full creative freedom. And you can choose all of the flowers or just a few. It's however you want to do it.
Wonderful.
Do you have any questions before we begin?
Well, we mentioned before when we met last that I wanted to put arrangements in the front desk. Is this one of the arrangements that I could put at the front desk?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
You definitely can. And also, I did want to let you know if this vase is too tall for you, I do have this smaller one, so we can have an adaptation. So just let me know what you're comfortable with. And also, if you would like, I do have some gloves. Would you like to put on some gloves?
I don't want any gloves, thank you.
Okay.
But I would like to try the shorter vase.
Shorter vase. Okay.
My elbows have been hurting me today. I think I overdid it in fitness class yesterday.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me that, and I will let you just enjoy. And I'm here if you need any support.
Do you think I should strip off the bottom?
I think that that is really good problem solving, and you are welcome to do that. You can adjust the plants however you need to make it fit.
That is a lovely sensation.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you said this is Black Eye Susan?
Black-eyed Susan. Mm-hmm.
Well, those look nice together.
Would you like me to get you some scissors so you can cut the plant material?
Would you?
Yeah,
Thank
sure. I'm gonna have my assistant stay with you, and she's gonna just watch you.
Thank you, assistant.
Yeah. All right, here's some scissors for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You are doing some great problem solving there. There you go. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you for the scissors.
Yeah, of course. Are you able to grip those okay? Does that hurt your hands at all?
You know, my hands are okay. It's my elbows, and I feel like that vase maybe would have been more reaching than I have in me today.
Okay, well, I think it's great that you're listening to your body.
I want these beautiful oak leaves to be front and center.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let them steal the show.
What do you think? A little shorter?
If you would like, yeah, you can make it shorter if you want. And if you don't like how that turns out, you can use mine.
Well, I think that's lovely.
It is.
Should we add some rosemary?
You're welcome to do that if you want. That is just gorgeous.
I might be done.
Yeah, that looks really good. So I'd love for you to tell me a little bit about why you made the choices that you did for your vase, for your arrangement.
I wanted the colors, the most colorful flowers to be front and center.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that was the Black-Eyed Susan,
Mm-hmm.
the Rose of Sharon, and the Petunia.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are in the front. And then the Snowberry are a little complement to this beautiful Rose of Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the others to me are all lovely, but they were more of a background sort of foundation for the rest of the flowers.
That makes sense. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, you did a great job on your arrangement. I think that the front desk will love it. I would love for you to now share a rose and a thorn. The rose is something that you really enjoyed or that you really liked about our activity, and the thorn is something that you either didn't like or that you found challenging.
Well, the rose is probably that you remembered our prior conversation and that you helped me today to make this arrangement, which is something I wanted to do for my community, and so I appreciate that. And as far as thorns go, I'm not sure there is one. I thought that was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed this beautiful plant material that you brought today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I have a thorn today.
Okay, well that makes me happy. You did a wonderful job, and yeah, I wanted to also add, I brought this cucumber from my garden today, and I thought that we could share it during our community dinner tonight.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I thought that you could feel this. It has a really interesting texture, and it's a unique shape.
It's a little prickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's kind of bumpy. Yeah. Well, you did a wonderful job, and thank you so much for making that. I'm sure the front desk will love it, and you did a great job.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yeah. Thank you, Abby. So, yeah, that would be our session. I'm going to write my soap notes later and talk about those later. Because I don't want to write notes while I'm with my client. I want to be present for them, and I like to have some time to think about it. But yeah, as far as what I would do differently, some of the plants, I just didn't know what they were when I was grabbing them, and so I had to look them up online to know what I was talking about, and I would have liked to have added more to the plant fun facts. And also when I was looking over the assignment, it talked about her wanting to learn more about culinary herbs, and I had written some down, like, the basil and oregano and mint, and then I totally forgot to talk about that. So I would have maybe factored that into our session, just having more of a focus on the culinary herbs. And then I feel like maybe I also over-explained. I feel like, it might be harder for someone to stay focused or to keep attention if I'm going on and on talking about the activity or the details, whereas maybe speaking short and concise will help a person be able to follow what I'm talking about. Because I think that looking back, maybe I could have overwhelmed my client by talking too much. But I thought I did a good job of being supportive and encouraging, and I offered options to help her feel comfortable and adapt to her needs. And when she said that she was having issues with her elbows, I wanted to be mindful of that. And also, when I didn't have the scissors, I could have simulated, but she genuinely looked like she needed something to cut the stems. And so ideally the HT doesn't want to walk out in the middle of a session, although I pretended to have an assistant stay with her. So that's what I would do differently, but overall I thought it went well. Yeah. Do you have any feedback for me?
It was fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. And stay tuned. Thank you. And thank you, Abby, for being a great patient actress.